Hi. It's taken me a while to make this third video. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to say. Things seem to be going very well in most circumstances, except of course long-term care homes here in Ontario and elsewhere. But in our daily lives, things seem to have settled into a routine, and I was feeling pretty secure. I had this feeling we're all in this together. We're all working hard to keep everyone safe, and we're developing a sense of community, of caring for one another that made me feel very reassured, even if I was spending most of my time inside my house. But over the last couple of weeks, I started having this sense of anticipation, and at first I couldn't quite figure out what it was. And it really only became very clear to me yesterday, Thursday, when Premier Doug Ford announced the changes that were happening as we had reached phase one of the Ontario's Open Up plan. And I felt somehow not sure that we had actually reached that phase. But I listened to the things that were opening up, and golf courses, as you know, and marinas, um, some of the other uh, camps, those kinds of things. And I listened and I tried to feel reassured and that things were going in a good way, but it did make me feel like somehow very soon the floodgates were going to open up and perhaps I would no longer be safe. What was I to do? What am I to do now as things begin to open up? I think I, as I talked with myself really and reassured myself about this, that we really have changed in our society by and large. There's a developed sense of community, of caring for one another, of being interested in one another. I see it when I'm going for my daily walk. People say hi. People often say, "How you doing? Are you doing okay?" And although they then walk on, as I do, uh, and that's because we want to make sure we're maintaining social distance, I think the concern is real. We feel that concern as well for the stores that can't open, for the restaurants that remain shuttered, and for the people who don't have everything that we have. But I still wonder, I wonder now, what does it mean? We are the people who are meant to be protected, the seniors, the elderly, those over 65, those over 70, in that age range. We are the ones who can't see our grandchildren, who can't, in some ways, we're told we should actually stay home all the time. Sometimes we're told it's okay to go for a walk. But we are the ones that need to be protected. And sometimes it's said we're the reason that people have to socially distance and can't go to the places they might like to go, can't gather for celebrations uh, and events, community events or family events. I think we are part of the reason, there's no doubt about it. But I also think that the virus as we know it is a tricky devil, and we don't really know at this point where it is, who has it, and how it might spread, despite all the research and the testing that's gone on. So my concern is what happens if we or many people start going outside and engaging in life as we knew it? And I think the way that I've reassured myself is that life is not going to be the same. If we're to take this seriously and if we're to benefit from the time that we've spent 2 months now in, for some of us, isolation or quarantine, at least in a certain, much more isolated way, if we're to benefit of all the measures that we've all taken, then we have to move very slowly towards some kind of new normal. And in many respects, it won't look like life as we knew it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. If we find ourselves in the new normal, being more caring about other people, being more aware of other people's situations, if we're reaching out more, if we're, once it's done and it's safe to volunteer, maybe volunteering more. Maybe we've seen through this things that we're good at that we could use to contribute to our communities and to our country. I think there's a greater sense of Canada and what's good about Canada, what's unique about Canada. And I think that's a really great thing. I think we're reminded of the benefits of living in this country, and one of the foundations of this country being caring and kindness. So that's the way today I'm reassuring myself as we enter the long weekend and whatever will come in that long weekend. I'm reminding myself of how much people have pulled together, and I'm counting on people doing it for the long haul. Thank you. Take care.